Welcome back, everybody. It is Goose the Grey with another attempt at spectating SK Prime's current 5v5 Challenger ranked team game. I tried once before, but my client discovered that it had an issue not loading the big Wraith, and thus it would crash every time the screen would go to the big Wraith if it was alive. So I've fixed that file, repaired my client, and now I'm coming back in to watch SK Prime taking on Never Give Up. We are now already a couple minutes into the game, so I'm going to have to catch up on the action, but it should be pretty interesting. There's Riddix and Lasagna, two other big names already on that red team as well, of course. And I'm looking forward to seeing how this game has played out in the past couple of minutes that I was repairing my client for. So with everyone at 100% now, we're about to get into that, and then it's probably going to be up to me to try and figure out what has happened in the past minutes. 8 minutes in already. And we've seen a 3-1 kill score in favor of SK Prime right now. Draven going very deep under that tower, is going to eat another turret. Nicely done, is going to go down. Death Sentence also landing onto Annie. This might be a nice double kill over to Svanilin. There's the flash out of Annie, but the dash after her from Lucian. Oh my god, that stun just in time. Might actually be able to be enough to get her to safety. She's running away and will escape from that one. Nicely done. Quite good on the escape there. Looking across the teams now, I can rearrange the icons real quick, so we actually have a decent overview. There we go. And now we see top lane bashing heads, mid lane 2-0-0 for Exila on that LeBlanc up against a Syndra, and that's a pretty interesting matchup. I was thinking about this the first time we went in, because LeBlanc can dodge everything that Syndra has to throw out, except for that ultimate that is point and click. But Shyvana going very deep onto Renekton. The ignites are bound down for both teams, and the dominance was there as well. Both of them taking solo. Is that going to be enough? Yes, it is! Zilla actually picking up Sleeping just by a hair's breadth. So very close between these two teams, but the tanky Shyvana proving to be superior to the damage Renekton. 5-1 now and kills, 1,900 gold lead over to SK Prime. They're going to be pretty happy with that one, especially after that all-out trade there in the top lane going in their favor. This means that overall the game is slowly snowballing in their favor. Now though, Whirling Death from Draven had just come out, didn't quite manage to land onto Shyvana though, as she was already back at her tower going back, but it might have hit LeBlanc there in the mid lane. Maybe. She's doing quite a nice amount of damage. Here comes Elise now. That stun does actually connect, and that's going to be Syndra having to flash away, but Evelyn came around, uses that ultimate onto Evelyn. She's going to be able to just walk away from that one though, so he's going to be safe. At this point, looking across the lanes, we have Syndra with a farm advantage. However, LeBlanc does have the 2 kills. We've got, in the bot lane, Draven actually 20 CS up on Lucian. That's generally pretty big, and it does warrant where that extra Dorn's Blade comes out. But, once again, we have an extra kill and an assist on the side of SK Prime. If they can keep going, if they can snowball that into more kills, they will still be ahead. Annie and Draven is such an aggressive kill lane, though, that even though there's a Thresh Lucian, it might just prove too much for them. If Annie and Draven can snowball this any further, they will truly become a terrifying force as this game goes on. Beautiful Death Sentence though onto Riddix. The Tiber's almost immediately coming out. Thresh going so low already though. There's the box, the flash away from Draven, but the Ignite is still taking now. Elise getting caught in another stun. That's going to be death as Syndra unleashes her power, gets that kill. LeBlanc meanwhile roaming down to the bottom lane. Can she get a kill? Flashes forward, trying to get that kill. The culling comes out as well. That's Annie going down over to LeBlanc. Will Draven get snared? Yes, he will, and there's the extra double shot. That's going to be Svanilin picking up the kill. Nicely done. Death Sentence not even needed. Now Syndra and Evelyn are making their way down there. Are they going to be in time? Here come Evelyn. She's still stealth. And everyone from SK Prime is so low. The stun from Syndra doesn't land though. And Evelyn goes right for LeBlanc. That's going to be the first kill going over there. Thresh now trying to survive, but Syndra going to pick that one up. Now can Evelyn escape from Svanilin? He's trying to get onto her. Just flashes away. Goes under his tower. Is going to stay safe on that one. But that, in the end then, was actually a 2-kill return over to Never Give Up. Top lane bashing heads again. That's going to be everyone surviving though. Shyvana and Renekton just dueling each other time and again. Shyvana trying to get that Sunfire Cape as quickly as possible. Renekton instead opting to go for the Raven Cider. Wants a little more damage. And aside from that one death, still doing quite well, even in CS with Shyvana, despite being down just a minute ago. So he's been farming quite well. So a lot of action here, and it does even out at about 1,200 gold in favor of SK Prime after the 12-minute mark. That's not too major. Really, once the gold advantage goes over like the 10-20% mark, which would at this point, of course, already be 3,600 gold. That's when it starts to become really significant at this point. It's just something minor. It's that tiny little bit of an item advantage. Now top lane bashing heads again. Shyvana and Renekton just keep dueling. Neither one really coming too far out on top. It gets really interesting once both of those ignites go down and the ultimates are used, because that's when one of the two can really outplay and outduel the other one. Renekton has just gone back, picking up that Vampiric Scepter on the back of everything else as well. That Cocoon gonna land onto Evelyn. This could be the burst they needed, but a nice stun instantly coming out onto LeBlanc. Nicely done, Syndra, but it's not enough, unleashing the ultimate as well. LeBlanc taking a lot of damage from that one, but it was enough to pick up the kill. Now Draven and Annie roaming up the river. Thresh is around there as well, but they could try to go for the dragon. It wouldn't be a good idea as their jungler has just died in mid. Now Syndra trying to put as much pressure onto the mid tower as possible after, of course, forcing LeBlanc out of that lane. Looking across the items now, we have Lucian 202 picked up a BF sword after that last fight. He's going to have quite a nice amount of damage now, and Shyvana picked up that Sunfire Cape, also going to be quite comfortable with that. LeBlanc will be looking for that Deathfire Grasp as soon as possible, but for now, Elise and LeBlanc are back in that mid lane, trying to get onto Syndra. Not quite going to work out. Syndra out of mana, but able to back away safely to her tower. Death Sentence lands onto Draven. The box is there as well. The Timbers comes out onto Svanillan. That means he's slowed down. He's stunned, but it's still enough. The damage is huge, and the barrier comes out just to block the tower. And now the Culling comes out. Timbers going to tank most of that up. Thresh is there as well. Could this be another kill over to them? But there's no Death Sentence available right now. Nice two-person stun. Only one hit goes out onto Annie. The flash away saves her from the second one. Svanillan not able to grab a second kill this time around, but Annie forced to back away yet again. LeBlanc, meanwhile, shoving that mid lane. Shyvana still asserting her dominance in the top lane as Evelyn tries to steal away the buff. And Elise is just a little bit too late to get that one for herself. So nice steal there, at least from Evelyn. Taking the right time to take that one out, but it's 9-4 now in kills, and the first tower of the game might be going down in that bottom lane very, very soon. Thresh and Lucian have done quite a nice amount of work on it. This next minion wave might just be able to take it out, but Draven is around, so maybe not quite yet. Lucian turns back. That's going to be the tower going down. Nicely done, and now Elise has snuck into this top lane. They might go for a kill, but Renekton, quite cheeky, goes over there, wants to farm his big golems just for an extra little bit of gold. Now Evelyn, hovering around that mid lane, has got a blue buff. If she were to lose that, that would be quite bad. The stun missed from Syndra, and that was LeBlanc trying to go for the counter kill, but it does get turned around on her with that unleash the power from Syndra. But if that had been a 1v1, LeBlanc would have probably been able to take out Syndra. That's scary. Just because of that help of Evelyn, everything did stay okay. So for now, that was a kill gained in the mid lane, but another tower going down in top. That's going to be 2-0, and tower is now 2,800 gold in favor of the blue team. Here's Thresh trying to steal away that dragon. Not going to work. And Never Give Up going to be quite happily not only picking up a dragon, but a tower as well, trying to get themselves back into the game. Meanwhile, they're diving in top. Renekton slicing and dicing away with that dominance on, but here comes Syndra around the corner. So much burst already out onto Elise. She's gone solo. That's going to be the kill picked up by Renekton. Shyvana wants to kill back. Doesn't quite get it, and she's going to go down to Syndra as well in just a few seconds. She's still doing nice damage though, that Sunfire Cape, and when you dodge those bolts from Syndra, you can really evade most of the damage, but it's not going to be enough. Syndra going to pick up that kill as well. Nicely done. Double kill gained there up in the top lane in favor of Never Give Up. They're really not giving up, and even though it's now 3-1 in towers, they've caught back up a little bit on the gold. Only 1,000 separating these two teams now. LeBlanc actually opting to go for the Zanya's Hourglass rather than a Deathfire Grasp at this point. Not going for the extra damage, instead wants to be able to survive that huge burst that comes out of the unleashed power. She's trying to get onto LeBlanc here, but nice stun actually, completely preventing that on the flash from LeBlanc too late, and there's the unleashed power. That's going to be the kill. Evelyn not even needed for that one, and that was just a complete turnaround. Now Thresh in a lot of trouble. That's going to be Evelyn picking up that kill. Can she get killed in return? The Ignite is still ticking away, but Vanilla now taking so much damage from Syndra. Syndra really making a huge impact. Nice flash away from the Tibbers, dodging that one successfully. Evelyn meanwhile trying to take on Draven, does so much damage as well. Can she be able to do this? Meanwhile in the top lane, Tara goes down. Renekton picking that one up. Barry comes out of Draven. He's still running away. Nice spinning axe, but it's not going to be enough. Evelyn's at least picking up a kill in return for SK Prime finally. trying to get them back into this game. Svanillan still doing very well for himself, 3-0-2, but it's not quite enough for his entire team to snowball ahead, because at this point, Syndra, 5-2-2, has really been doing huge amounts of work in that mid lane, is building towards that Zhonya's Hourglass herself, and once she has that, she's going to be even scarier. Already has that Athene's Unholy Grail, just has so much more gold than LeBlanc at this point. Still narrowly missing Svanillan. That would have been spelled doom with that would have spelled doom, not without that being there in my sentence. Anyway, Renekton having to dash away from Shyvana. She's pretty powerful at this point. 1-1-0 with 158 CS, has that Vampiric Scepter on top of that Sunfire Cape, and now Evelynn looking to go around, but there's a pink ward spotting her out. Shyvana and LeBlanc not going to get caught out by that one, but Evelynn takes out the pink ward, and now Syndra's around the corner as well. There was a ward in that Tribush. They know that LeBlanc has retreated, so they're probably not going to go up there anymore and focus as much attention. Shyvana has been pushed back a little bit by Renekton as well. Draven right now, down in that bot lane all alone. He's going to love himself some farm as he's 0-5, not having the best of games so far, but his team is just putting on the pressure as well. The gold lead, for the first time in a long time, swinging over in favor of Never Give Up. They have a very real chance of trying to take this game in their favor, as we now have a three-person stack from SK Prime in that mid lane. But Evelynn trying to come around the side. Is this going to be the kill? There's a flash out of Elise, and she gets stunned up immediately. Now LeBlanc in the backside taking so much damage. Annie coming in with a nice stun onto Elise, but everyone gonna be safe from SK Prime. Nice disengage there. The Thresh Lantern getting Elise out of danger. This is starting to get really hard for them. That was Elise trying to make a play, but at the same time, Evelynn had snuck around behind them and really prevented anything. Meanwhile, Svanillan trying to duel Riddick in the bottom lane, but that bush there, the vision advantage for Riddick did the damage. Nice roam around from LeBlanc, trying to pick up that kill. Now Six getting caught out in the jungle. He's going to go down. Syndra picking up another kill for herself. Really getting fed at this point. 6-2-2, 148 CS to the 91 of LeBlanc. Just a dominating force in that mid lane, and now Shyvana has to be careful. There is a ward in that bush, so she knows what she's getting into, but maybe she doesn't know that Evelynn is around the corner. Don't stick around, Mozilla. This is very dangerous. Goes in with the Dragon's Descent, and pretty G's, boys. That jungler Elise almost getting taken out. The Ignite is still ticking. One more hate spike, but she does manage to repel over to the Wraith. Does stay alive for now. His stun comes out onto Shyvana under the tower. There is the Tibbers as well, and now LeBlanc has to be careful. Does manage to get away. Wow, so close. Everyone on SK Prime with low HP bars. Like 48 on Evelynn, 200 on Shyvana, and another 300 on LeBlanc. Really, really close there, but nice job trying to get out of that one. Only 1,000 gold down. Still, anything is possible in this game. We've got 1 minute and 30 seconds to the Dragon. That will be the next big engagement. Is Never Give Up are trying their best to win this game in their favor. After being down early on, they've really done a huge effort to make a comeback in this game through very, very nice team fights, and Evelynn doing a large amount of work there, going for a tank build. Now that the hate spike ratio was changed, she's decided, okay, I'm not going to be the full burst AP Evelynn, I'm going to be tanky for my team, and I really like that call just to be an additional tank, because Syndra needs peel. Now LeBlanc gets caught in the mid lane, so low already. Is that still going to be enough? Nope, she's going to go down. Draven cashing in an extra 230 gold. Nicely done by him, and that's going to be the mid outer tower going down in favor of Never Give Up. Now 3-3 in towers, extending their gold lead to a solid 2,000. SK Prime have to rally a nice defense now, but Shyvana is spotted out where she stands, and this could be a nice collapse. Renekton, Annie, and Draven are moving over there. Syndra still sticking around mid, trying to take out that, trying to push out that mid lane, put on more damage, put on more pressure onto that inner tower. Shyvana did make her way out of that sticky situation in the top half of the jungle. It was safe. Now uses the Dragon's Descent to get over at Draven. Tries to take him out, but he does so much damage back to her that she's actually forced to retreat. Now Thresh comes around. Where's that death sentence going to go? It's going to land onto Renekton. That's not who he wanted. The Flay comes out as well. Whirling Death doing so much damage. Thresh forced to flash out. Now Renekton trying to get away. Was snared by LeBlanc, though. This is Shyvana trying to pick up that kill. There's Evelynn, and with that flash, now can they get onto Draven as well? Nice stand aside. Slows everyone down and knocks them aside for a short time. That chain not going to land from LeBlanc. Can they still collapse onto Draven? Nice cocoon lands through the wall. That's going to be another kill. Evelynn picking that one up. Now SK Prime trying to push onto this top inner tower, and the rest of Never Give Up are not in position to defend this yet. Thresh had gone back, so it's a 5 versus 3 right now after a 2-0 exchange. This top inner tower goes down so quickly, nothing is going to save that one. But now If SK Prime are careless, there's a death bush set up right here with Annie sitting over the wall. She does not quite have her flash, but she has a Tibbers and a stun ready. And now Never Give Up are moving around. LeBlanc still in that bush. Is she gonna be able to stay away? Get away. Nope, she is not. Syndra discovers her. Unleash the power comes out. The stun is there from Annie as well. Now LeBlanc trying to run away, but Evelyn is still chasing her. Flashes. That's gonna be the first kill. Now she puts on the speed up. Is she also gonna be able to get onto Mozilla? Is she gonna be able to get another kill? Nope, not quite. Has to back off. But that was a nice return kill. Top inner tower did go down in the end. That shortens the gold lead once again to 1,200 gold. Now this might be a Baron. This is a very tense situation with Never Give Up still in a decent position. It does look like they might be going down for the dragon though. There's a ward there from Thresh, but nobody in position to contest that, and it's going to be another dragon picked up completely for free by Never Give Up. Nice rotation there. Realizing they had the positional advantage on that one, and that's going to be completely clean. Thresh might try with the death sentence, not going to work, a little too late. And another objective picked up by Never Give Up, and dragons become more valuable as the game goes on. Now the gold lead back to 2,000 gold, and it's still a very tense situation, and LeBlanc in the end did opt for that Deathfire Grasp once more burst instead, and Syndra did go for the death cap. She says, okay, LeBlanc is not able to burst me 100 to 0. I can go for more damage. I don't need the invulnerability. I can do whatever I want and just explode anyone I vote for with my Unleash the Power ultimate. Really doing very well, getting enough balls onto the field to then do the maximum amount of damage with that ultimate every single time. It's been working out great for them. Really major impact in all of the last fights, basically taking out a target right at the start. And look at this again, Exila getting caught, is going to get bursted. So much damage. Syndra, what are you doing? Proving that she is still viable against one of the most played mid laners in the LCS right now. Now Svanilin getting himself caught. That stun came out, and Evelyn is around the corner. That's going to be another kill over to Syndra. She's 8, 2, and 4 at this point. Just such great play coming out of Never Give Up, catching out targets everywhere, and now Mozilla in a little bit of trouble, has to get away from that one as well. Luckily the stun missed out of Syndra, but this might be the Baron over to Never Give Up. They're grouping up there, and there are only 3 members on SK Prime to try and contest this. They have no vision whatsoever either. They've only got that one ward there on the bottom side. A nice stun lands onto Annie, but this is going to be the full-on fight. Flash Tibbers not landing, but Evelyn in a bad situation. Nice Lantern actually gets her to safety, but Baron is still being done. They have to try and do something about this. Renekton going to the backside. Evelyn forced to Elise forced to flash away. That Ignite still ticking. She's trying to get away, but is she going to be able to? Envious Arm meanwhile being taken out by that Ignite from Shyvana. They've forced Never Give Up off of the Baron. Shyvana still chasing. LeBlanc is around here now as well. Draven has no mana, is going to get exploded by LeBlanc, and now Annie is in a whole world of trouble as well. Shyvana still around there, might get taken out here so low. Takes that Lantern to try and get away. It's not going to be enough. Meanwhile, Death Sentence lands onto Annie. Annie's still in a lot of trouble. That's going to be the kill going over to Thresh. LeBlanc is going to get taken out on the backside by Syndra. She came back around that top lane, and now Lucian trying to make something happen, has to flash away from Renekton, but the Slice and Dice still catches onto him. That's going to be a double kill over to Syndra. Nicely played. SK Prime overstaying their welcome a little bit. Got a little bit greedy, but at least they fended off that Baron attempt, and they're still in this for another little while. 3,400 gold now in favor of Never Give Up. They are in a commanding position at this point, actually, just because they can dominate, or basically they can dictate where the fights go. This time around they said, okay, we want to fight at Baron, we want to try and take Baron. They did lose members in the process this time around because they were a little bit careless and spread very far apart. Renekton trying to chase down Elise while other members were up in the top lane fighting. Then Evelyn got taken out by Shyvana. That was pretty unfortunate. It really ended any hopes of taking down that Baron. But overall, that could have ended a lot worse. And now once again we're back in the same situation. LeBlanc is getting bursted so hard every time by Syndra. Syndra 10, 2, and 4, still doing so much damage, really dominating everyone on SK Prime. This is really dangerous because right now, as soon as SK Prime make a misstep, they could get taken out super quickly. Draven, Bloodthirster, Last Whisper, and that Zeal in his back pocket already. And Lucian doesn't even have a second item completed yet. Going for that Trinity Force, not been able to complete it just yet. As that Bloodthirst, the Phage, the Zeal, and working towards that Sheen. But right now, SK Prime don't really have an answer for that Syndra. Shyvana around that Baron pit, clearing wards out with that pink. And Syndra looking for a little more wave clear in that mid lane. A couple more minions into her back pocket, 219 at this point. Look at LeBlanc only at 129 Xyla really getting kind of shut down in that mid lane. This is really interesting. I like that Syndra pick. Haven't seen it in a long time, and generally her weakness is that she's pretty immobile. And to survive the laning phase against someone as mobile as LeBlanc and Bursty, and an Elise, who is such a high impact, very powerful early game jungler, is really quite the feat. I'm pretty sure Evelyn must have been involved in that one. Now, we do see Never Give Up trying to shove down this mid lane, trying to make something happen. Death Sentence doesn't quite connect. Nice try there from 6. But a huge wave of minions pushing back in that bottom lane onto the side of Never Give Up. That's going to force them to respond. What is SK Prime going to do with this? They could rush for Baron as soon as they see someone down there. And someone had almost recalled from Never Give Up. This is so tense right now. LeBlanc trying to stall them. She's back in that mid lane. This is dangerous. If she goes down, there's also a large part of the fighting power gone. Renekton going down to the bot lane. Is this going to be the engage? The Talisman of Ascension came out of Thresh. Not going to land that death sentence on anyone, though. Instead, they clear the wave and could now go back to the Baron. But Renekton, meanwhile, has cleared that wave in the bottom lane. Is coming back around. Is this going to be a death push? There is no vision around the Baron pit anymore, and Thresh is sitting there. If he catches Annie out with that death sentence, he's walking at her, but he's not going to manage. The cocoon lands onto her, though. There's the death sentence. Is this going to be the deciding kill? There's the flay, but around the backside comes the rest of Never Give Up, and Shyvana going solo. That unleashed the power, not going onto LeBlanc this time around, though, and Syndra is chasing down Thresh, does take that kill away. Draven, meanwhile, out-dueled Elise. That's going to be a 2-for-2 exchange so far, and everyone on SK Prime is so low at this point. That's another kill over to Syndra, taking out LeBlanc, and now Svanilin and Mozilla, both of them so low. They have to try and get away from this. Nice dash over the wall. Evelyn flashes after him, and once she gets that speed up, there it is, she's probably going to be able to catch up to him. He's trying to take her out. One more kill, one more hit. There's the barrier that saved him long enough, but Draven comes around the side, cashes in a double kill. Nicely done, and that's an ace for 3 in favor of Never Give Up here. SK Prime not quite able to win out in that fight. Wow, what plays come out. That was started by Annie getting caught out by Thresh, but the rest of the team from Never Give Up came around the back side here, around the Wraiths. They just ran up here and eliminated most of the targets from SK Prime. Thresh was out-dueled by Syndra around here, and meanwhile Elise got taken out by Draven up there, and that was just not what they were looking for, and got completely taken out. Now Draven going to be able to secure another dragon, the third one right here that I've been watching, and probably they had the first one as well. Such nice dragon control. Another death sentence steal attempted. Each time Thresh is around, but he's always alone, and he always attempts the death sentence steal, and it's never worked out so far. LeBlanc might be looking for a catch. Does go in onto Syndra, but Syndra is not the target you're trying to assassinate. Instead gets taken out on the return. Nicely done, Syndra, with that unleash the power. Does too much damage. Death Cap, Athene's Unholy Grail, and a Void Staff, plus those Sorcerer's Shoes, now with Home Guard, and another needlessly large rod. She is so powerful, and really just assassinates at will. Meanwhile, LeBlanc still doesn't have that Zonya's Hourglass and only the Deathfire Grasp. It's not enough at this point to take out the target that she wants to take out. SK Prime have to do something to try and come back in this run, because they've just... the game has snowballed out of their control. It's now over 6,000 gold against them. When we started watching, they were still in the lead. But right now, the last couple of fights have not gone in their favor, and they have to figure out what they want to do in these next couple of minutes. They need to formulate a game plan. Sit back right now, defend this next onslaught, then decide on what they want to do. If Svanilin gets caught in the river, that's going to be his death. Evelyn taking him out. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, we do have a big fight. Can they finally take out Syndra? Yes, they can. That's going to be the shutdown onto Evelyn. Elise, sorry. But meanwhile, Draven did take out Thresh. Now, can they get anything more? There's Annie with a flash and an attempted stun. Doesn't quite land onto anyone. But right now, it's a 2-for-1 exchange because of Lucian getting caught out on that river. Draven did get hit up by that cocoon, turns around the aggression. This inner tower might go down. LeBlanc is finally around again as well, but so low on HP that they're not able to do much to defend this, and Renekton is there. That beefy front line with full HP. Annie also with quite a comfortable amount of health and mana. Draven as well, and Shyvana meanwhile has to go down to the bottom lane to try and fend off that minion wave. Right now, this game is not looking good at all for SK. 25-20 in kills, more than 7,000 gold now separating these two teams, and I really like the pickup here by Thresh finally. That Mikael's Crucible could do a lot for them. Just free people from that Syndra stun, from that Annie stun, change that fight, and it also gives back a nice amount of bonus HP, so it could really be the fight-changing ability in the end. Evelyn clearing out the Baron pit. That's where the next focus is going to be once again. But Svindlin just uses skills, and here comes Draven around the corner. Look at that damage. That's not going to be even an even fight. Draven cashing in another kill. Meanwhile, the fight goes on in the top half of the river. There's Evelyn coming around. Syndra is here as well. Explodes Thresh. That's going to be a 1-for-1 trade so far in this top half. Actually, it's a 2-for-1 as LeBlanc has already been taken out as well in that backside. Evelyn doing so much damage. There's a stun onto Mozilla. This is not going to look good for SK. Evelyn going to take out another kill, at least the only one left on the map for SK Prime. This is probably going to be Baron and the bottom inner tower as well. Elise might still be looking for more. It might get herself caught out. Is that going to be another kill? The stun lands. That's going to be Elise going down. Repels up, tries to escape, but there comes another spell. Evelyn picking up yet another kill, and that's the ace. With 6 seconds remaining on Lucian, this will probably be the Baron as well. Annie's still pretty healthy. Syndra as well. Doesn't even matter that Evelyn is pretty low. Meanwhile, Draven still in that bottom lane, takes out the inhibitor tower, is on the inhibitor as well, and finally Lucian comes back, does take so much damage. Can Draven get another one? There's a barrier out of Lucian, and he does get the shutdown gold. 500 extra for him, but Baron meanwhile being done, and so low already. Nice sheer tanking there by Never Give Up, and they're trying to take this one down as quickly as possible. SK Prime not going to be in any position to try and steal that one away. Nice pickup in exchange for one, and that inhibitor tower in the bot lane. So, quite nice for them. I'm pretty sure they're happy enough to let Draven die once that enabled him to buy. He's got those 4 main 80 carry items. All he's missing now is defense. But that Infinity Edge, Bloodthirster, Phantom Dancer, and Last Whisper, such a powerful build, and Syndra completed Sonya's Hourglass as well. At this point, Never Give Up are basically at their full item build for most of their champions. Annie's got that Talisman of Ascension, the Locket of the Iron Solari, Ruby Sightstone Mobility Boots, Renekton has the Ravenous Hydra, the Randuin's Omen, and the Spirit Visage. Then even Evelyn has another Deathfire Grasp to amplify Syndra's damage on top of that Sunfire Cape. And it's just such a powerful combination. There's not much that SK Prime has to offer in defense. Finally, LeBlanc has finished that Zonya's Hourglass as well, but she's 2 compared to the 4 items on Syndra. She's 173 CS to the 270 on Syndra. And it's just such a dominating performance here from Never Give Up. Really nice job by them. NIP Lasagna showing what he can do with such an underplayed champion, in my opinion. Syndra is so powerful. She does have that early game mobility weakness, but once she gets into power, her burst is just unreal. She's been showing us what she can do as another ward is being taken out. Right now, SK Prime is on their back foot. They have an exposed inhibitor in the bottom lane. Baron has been taken off the map by Never Give Up as well, so there's really nothing that they can do right now to try and force an advantage. All they can do really is sit in their base and wait, but Exila gets caught over the wall. There's that lantern to try and get him to safety. He is going to take it. Syndra meanwhile gets hit up by the cocoon, and they do decide to engage. The Zonya's Hourglass comes out, and he's flashing over the wall, getting the stun onto LeBlanc, though that's huge. That's going to be Lucian taken out by Evelyn as well. She's doing so much damage. Now LeBlanc is being taken out by the Whirling Death out of Draven from base. Well, from somewhere else at least, from the jungle, and that's going to be a 3-for-1 exchange. They took out Syndra, but at this point she's not the main threat anymore. There are such high damage other outputs. Evelyn doing a lot of damage, 9, 3, and 8. Draven as well, just a threat at this point, and that's going to be the first Nexus tower going down. The second one under assault. Is that going to be the game? Trying to take down the tower, have done a lot of damage already. Yes, it is. Shyvana and Thresh have no resistance to offer. Mozilla just running up to the base. This is going to be GG, well played. Nicely done, Never Give Up. You've really not given up. Made the kill happen for your team. Nicely done. GG, well played. You've earned this. 33 to 23 in kills. 69,700 gold. Almost everyone on a full build. Nicely done. After an initial bad laning phase, I mean, LeBlanc was 2-0. And Syndra was 0-2, and still everything working out perfectly. They're coming back, they took the Baron, they've got the nice team fights, and they pick up the win. So that's going to do it for me right now. As you might have heard, my voice is a little bit down, and I'm going to give it a little bit of rest. I hope you enjoyed watching. If you did, please feel free to like and subscribe to my channel. Follow me on Twitter. I will always write there if I go live with a tournament cast and whatever I do. So I hope you liked it, and you will be back. Enjoy.